Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're sitting down and talking about fragrances that are very fresh, very light, very airy. I'm talking fragrances that have most in common, which is musk, okay? These are fragrances that are great as a signature scent. And for those of you that don't like super florally, super ambery, woody gourmand scents, this is the category for you. I feel like lately all we talk about is vanilla and gourmand fragrances. So I'm kind of switching it up a little bit and giving you guys some minimalistic, fresh, clean, very elegant, signature worthy fragrances. So whether you are going to the office, you are going to run an errand on a date, you're going for brunch, these are perfect fragrances that you can wear to any occasion and they just smell really beautiful. So if this is your cup of tea, definitely stay tuned. And if you're new, my name is Karina Waldron. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to welcome you into our family and let's talk fragrances. The last 2 years, vanilla and gourmand fragrances have been taking over the fragrance community. Like I feel like every brand is coming out with a sweet gourmand fragrance. And I will be honest, I do have my moments where I love gourmands, but they're not my go-to genre of fragrances on a day-to-day basis. I like something elegant. I love something a little sweet, but not true gourmand scents. But these fragrances that I have in front of me are those that like you don't need to think about too much. You grab them, you smell incredible, you smell clean, fresh, put together. So it's just a fragrance that like you can wear over and over again without having to complicate. What am I going to wear? Where am I going? What's the occasion? They just vibe. There are different variations of this genre of fragrance. It could be floral. It could be something a little bit ambery. It can be a true musky fragrance. So we have a lot to go through here. I'm going to start off with this latest one from Valentino. This is Donna Born in Roma Green Stravaganza. And I really like this fragrance. It does have a little bit of the DNA of the original one, but it has more fresh, citrusy kind of notes and a little bit of a musky dry down. I always think of this fragrance as if they took the original and then they took Yellow Dreams and made a baby. This is what you would get. There is a bit of a green tone. Oh my God, yeah, it's just so fresh, bright, a little zesty in the opening. And as it starts to dry down, you're going to get those beautiful white floral notes in here. You're going to get some sweetness also in the dry down and a little bit of this clean, musky dry down. It is so stunning. It's very crowd pleasing, easy to fall in love with. And the sweetness in here, I love that it's not falling like too sugary sweet. It's not falling like gourmand floral. It's sweet, but very much subtle, not overdoing it. This fragrance you can definitely overspray if you want to get a good 8 hours out of it. Otherwise, it's kind of moderate when it comes to the longevity of this fragrance. And also the sillage is great. I will say that. In the first couple of hours, people would definitely smell you, but I would say spray this on clothes, on fabric, on hair, as opposed to just your skin if you really want that scent bubble to happen. It's really gorgeous. I love it on its own, but you can also layer this with the Intense, okay? The Intense is more sexy, femme fatale. It's definitely sweeter and deeper. Contrasting it with this one creates something a little bit more unique. So if you haven't tried layering those two together, highly recommend. But on its own, honestly, if you love something a little bit more bright and more fresh, this is a great version of Donna Born in Roma. Next, we're going on to one of my favorite go-to summer scents. I can't get enough of this fragrance. It smells so amazing. It was definitely a love at first sniff. This is Creed's Aventus for Her. And this is more of a fruity, fresh, musky scent, okay? You're going to get this pineapple vibe in here that is just delicious and provides a little like sweetness to this fragrance. But all in all, when it dries down, it is more of a clean, musky scent. It is a little bit spicy also. Some people consider this quite unisex. I definitely feel like it leans more feminine. and I get so many compliments with this fragrance. I feel like it lasts really well on me. I do love to spray this on my clothes as opposed to my skin, and honestly, with all these fragrances, I'm gonna spray it on clothes. I'm gonna do a lot of sprays on clothes if I really want that longevity and that sillage to come through. This is beautiful. I do reserve this more for the summertime. You could definitely pull this off in the spring, but in the summertime, it is just beautiful. The way that it contrasts with the warm weather, it's very refreshing, very bright, light, airy, and it has those beautiful sweet tones in there too in the dry down. So this is one of my go-tos favorites. It's very elegant, the way that this smells, very classy, and definitely appropriate for all occasions. You can wear this very, very casually, but you can also dress this up really well. Say you're going to a meeting, you're going to an event. This as the cherry on top after you've done your outfit, your makeup, your hair is just perfect. Next, we have a very popular fragrance from Byredo. I used to wear this so often. It was almost like a signature scent for a time period, and another fragrance that gets me so many compliments. This is Bel de Fleek, and this is what I would consider a citrusy, floral, musky scent. Now, in the openings, you have some bright notes in there, very citrusy notes. We have some violet in the mid, and in the dry down, you have your musk, amber, and also some woody tones, which gives it like a creaminess, the way that it blends together. Now, that violet doesn't get too powdery on my skin whatsoever. I do get that musk that really pulls through on my skin, and it just smells so classy and very unique. I will say that out of all of the fragrances that I have in my collection, this is definitely a unique one when it comes to a musky scent. Oh yeah. It's very fresh, very zesty. Think of like a lemon or a lime. That's what I get in the first burst of this fragrance. And then you get that violet in there, and you get the woody tones as it starts to dry down. But I find that the woodiness and the musk and the violet really intertwine beautifully to create such a signature worthy fragrance. Like, this is classy. So classy. I used to wear this a lot to work when I was in retail, and so many of my personal clients in retail wanted this fragrance in their collection. Even though where I was working, we didn't sell Bel de Fleek, but I would just kind of let them know, hey, run over to that store, because they just fell in love with this scent. And this, even though it's a very citrusy, sort of musky fragrance, it has great performance, okay? Don't be fooled by its lightness, its airiness. I find the woody tone, I think there's cedar in here, really creates this like ambiance that lasts for hours and hours and hours. If you spray this on your clothes, trust me, it's going to be there for a really long time. So this fragrance that I have over here is actually really affordable, but I'm so impressed with the quality of this scent. Actually, I find that the brand does make really great quality fragrances for such an affordable price point. This is Lak and Sky's 1111, and you cannot go wrong with this scent. It is a very like musky scent, but it has this ozonic vibe to it. It's very like water-like. Think of like being by the sea. It's very fresh and bright, and then you get sort of like this white musk in the dry down. This is such a unisex fragrance. Like, literally anyone can pull this off. It just smells like clean skin. Clean, well moisturized skin. Like, you literally just got out of the shower, you lathered your skin with a great body lotion or a body milk, and you are fresh, okay, and ready to go. It's really, really great for a signature scent. For those of you that work in an office, work in an area where you can't wear fragrances that are heavy and doing the most, this is definitely something that I would recommend, because it's light, it's fresh, but it still has presence, okay? And if you love a good, clean, musky scent, don't sleep on this one, okay? Do not sleep on it. The performance on this one is quite moderate, okay? It's not going to be your beast mode kind of fragrance. It's not going to project like crazy, but you can definitely overspray. You can spray this on a little cotton pad, put it in your bra, put it in your pocket. Those are the little tricks that you can do with your fragrance to make it last longer, especially if you feel like the performance just really isn't there. This to me is moderate. It's not going to give you 8 hours, but it is going to be moderate and it's going to be a little bit closer to the skin, which is great for those of you that work in an area where you can't do the most with your fragrances, but you want to smell good. So this is Lak and Sky's 1111. Again, so affordable. They do have 1111 vanilla, which I do have, and I will put it down below. That one just has a tiny bit of sweetness. Literally, they're very identical, but if you just want a little element of sweetness, just a little bit, get the Lak and Sky 1111 vanilla. That's the main difference. They're very similar in terms of like the vibe, the way that they smell, how they're very fresh and light and airy and very aquatic like, but the other one has slightly more sweetness than this one over here. Next fragrance is from a brand that I recently discovered back in December, which was literally just around the corner. I am so head over heels over this brand. Again, I am going to do a full review on this brand. I really want you guys to get familiar with them because the fragrances are exceptional, like highly underrated. This is for my sandalwood lovers. It's from Infiniment Coty Paris, and this is called Santal a la Vida. This is very much sandalwood. It does have some like white floral tones. Main notes in this one is jasmine and sandalwood, I believe. So you definitely get a fresh element in here of like a sweet kind of white floral tone, but the sandalwood is creamy, it's luscious, it's inviting. It's such a chic, elegant fragrance, okay? This is for my ladies that work in an office. You just exude luxuriousness. You maybe wear a blazer quite often. This fragrance is stunning, and you still want to smell feminine because the white florals in here really, to me, pull kind of feminine. Oh, yes. To me, jasmine can come off two different ways, either a dirty, dark jasmine or a soapy, clean jasmine. And this one is more of a soapy, clean jasmine. I do get a little bit of spice also when I spray this fragrance, like something very spicy in here. Oh, it's so luxurious. And this is a beast mode of a fragrance, okay? You don't need to overspray. This lasts for hours and hours and hours. This is a fragrance that doesn't overtake a room, but the sillage really lingers. It really travels the room. Everyone smells you. You are going to smell yourself also. Just don't spray. This is one tip that I want to give you guys. If you don't want to go nose blind to your fragrances, do not spray this area of your body where your nose is, because your fragrances, the scent is going to go up. The more that you smell it throughout the day, sometimes that will cause you to go nose blind to your scents. So spray lower half of your body, spray your shoulders, spray your back, spray a little bit on your hair, and avoid spraying your chest area if you are those that go nose blind to your fragrance, and see if that works out for you. That's just a little tip from me, but this one is just gorgeous for my sandalwood lovers, mixing in with that beautiful white jasmine. It's just perfection. Think of like Santal blush from Tom Ford. They have very similar vibes. I find that this one is a little bit more clean than that one, a little bit more spicy than that one, but all in all, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous sandalwood fragrance. The EDT version of this fragrance, and I'm particularly getting this one because I find that this is a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit more musky in the dry down and very wearable, where the intense is sweeter and deeper, and the original can be a little bit much with the lavender. And I'm talking about YSL Lib. This is the EDT version. Now, this does have the DNA of the original, but I find that the lavender in here is a little bit more toned down, okay? You do get like this freshness, this brightness in the opening, and it's very sophisticated, but this is really wearable. I am on my second bottle. The first bottle that I got, I completely finished it. So this is my second bottle of this version, and I find that you could wear this every single day. Now, it does have the vanilla in there, so it is a little bit sweeter, but to me, it's fresh, it's clean, it's bright, and very fluffy at the same time. It's just so wearable and likable. It's easy to wear this as a signature scent because you can really dress it up or you can really dress it down. It can be worn very casually, and it's a scent that is very crowd pleasing. So no matter where you're wearing this fragrance, people love the way that this smells. It's just like very inviting in a way, where the other two, the original and the Intense, had a lot more going on. This is a little bit more subtle, okay? A little bit more subtle, but still unique. Still has a presence. And I find even though this is an EDT version, it lasts really well on me. Obviously, it doesn't give me 8 hours plus, but it is going to give you a good 5 hours. And again, you can always overspray. You can spray on your fabrics. You can spray on your clothes to really get the longevity that you're looking for. But for those of you that found maybe the original, the lavender was a bit too intense for you, and maybe the Intense was a little bit too deep for you, I would highly recommend checking out the EDT version. It's one of my favorites, honestly. I can say that out of all of the flankers from the YSL Lib, all of them have really been great. Like, they haven't done me wrong. All that I have smelled have been really gorgeous, still keeping with the DNA of the original, but a little tweak here and there. So this is a flanker kind of journey that I think YSL has done great with. Do we need more flankers? No, I think they can give us a new fragrance, okay? But if we get another one, hopefully they continue to tweak it and make it a little bit more different than the original one, so you have a great variety and variation in the scent. The next fragrance that I'm going to mention is from Parfums de Marly. This is Valaya, and honestly, this is a fragrance that I haven't worn a ton of, and I keep asking myself why. But I will recommend it for those of you that love a clean fragrance. I don't know what it is about it, but I don't grab this bottle as often as I grab all my other Parfums de Marly, but I really want to get a great wear out of this fragrance because I do find it's very beautiful. This is very much a clean, floral, musky scent, very airy. There is aldehyde in here, I believe. There's a lot of freshness in this fragrance. You do get also some really beautiful fruity notes like peach, which is one of my favorite notes in a fragrance that is combined with floral notes. There is ambroxan in here too. Of course, there's musk in the dry down. It is clean, a little powdery, fresh, fruity, floral. It's a great combination of beautiful notes all put together. So if you like that kind of very aldehyde-like fragrance, this is one that you would absolutely enjoy. And a ton of people rave about this fragrance and the performance also. Even though it's a very fresh, light fragrance, they say that this lasts forever. Now, I'm not going to talk about the performance again because I haven't worn this fragrance a ton of times. I'll be really honest. I don't even remember the last time that I wore it, but I'm putting it in this category as a suggestion because I know some of you guys will really love this one. And definitely, if you have experienced this fragrance, comment down below. Let us know your experience in terms of the scent bubble, the sillage, the longevity. But in terms of how this smells, it smells really beautiful. Very feminine, great for a bride. A summertime bride, I think, would do really well. Even a springtime bride, you would do really well with this fragrance. It does have a little bit of powderiness on my skin, but it's not overwhelming. And all in all, it's just a very fresh, clean fragrance. I absolutely adore the bottle. I think they did a phenomenal job with the bottle. And I know that they just released. Did they release it or they announced it? I saw that they have already announced the extrait version or the intense version. There's a flanker to this one that's coming out. So definitely it's been a popular fragrance for them to come out with a flanker. And I'm excited to see. I haven't looked up the notes. What is the difference between the two? Did they just make it more intense? Did they add a little bit of something in there? I'm really excited to see. And if you've already smelled the flanker, please let me know, what does it smell like and do I need it in my life? Next fragrance that I have, it doesn't have a musk in the note profile from what I saw online, but something about this is very clean, but it definitely is floral forward, especially rose. This is from House of Beau and it's called Rosario. And oh my gosh, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. For those of you that like a clean floral scent, this is something that I would highly recommend. There's rose, there's peony in here, and it's just like very feminine, very gentle. It's kind of like uplifts your mood. It's so elegant. In the opening, it is a little bit more bright and citrusy, and it will really capture your attention. As it starts to dry down, you will get those beautiful floral notes, but you also get some substance in the dry down. Everything is blended to perfection and really created such a beautiful scent profile that I absolutely love. Out of the fragrances that I've tried from House of Bel, this is definitely my favorite. I love a rose scent, and when you mix rose and peony, you've got my heart, okay? Instantly, I am going to love it. It's beautiful all on its own, but you can definitely layer it, and I would highly recommend layering it with House of Bel's Casablanca, which is more of a musky fragrance. So I'm actually recommending both of these, but for those ladies that love something more floral forward, this is beautiful. Casablanca is definitely more clean, more musky, and it's a perfectly unisex fragrance. I have layered them together and they layer perfectly. Rosario just added a little bit of sweetness to this fragrance. Without it, it's not a sweet scent. To me, it's more like musky, clean skin kind of vibe. So both of these are absolutely stunning. And I just have to mention, I absolutely love the bottles from House of Bel. So much detail goes into these bottles. They are just so stunning. I love the healing gemstones that are the caps of these bottles. Everything was hand crafted to perfection. These are their 30 ml bottles. Is it 30 ml? I believe it is. Oh, these are 40 ml. They do have larger bottles that are 100, but these are the 40 ones, and they are just so beautiful. Last but not least, I am going to mention Prada Laam. Listen, when I first smelled this fragrance, I was head over heels. This was my go-to scent for the longest time every summer. I just love how clean this smells, like literally clean skin, but it does have some creaminess to it. Okay, there's frangipane in here. There is, I think, tuberose also, and it's like that fresh, modern, bubblegummy type of tuberose. There's vanilla in here. Now, there isn't musk in this fragrance, but it's a very clean scent profile. Has a little bit of sweetness from the floral notes, but all in all, it's very clean. It's very fresh, airy. To me, this pulls very feminine in my opinion. It's quite classy and elegant and makes for a gorgeous signature scent. This smells way better in the summertime. The freshness of this one just is perfect for those hot days. You can pull it off all year round, but I find in the summertime you're going to enjoy this a lot more. The dry down of this fragrance is vanilla. I think there's vetiver and honey, so there is a lot of lusciousness to this scent. Think of like yellow flowers or something. It's kind of like borderline tropical, but in the cleanest way possible. It's not going to give you fruity, tropical, juicy vibes. It's like clean water. Like, it's just so stunning. When I close my eyes and I smell this fragrance, it literally makes me feel like I am drenched in a gorgeous suntan lotion and I am sitting in the sun. Okay, the sun is basking on my skin. I'm laying on a beach. I can hear the water, the waves, and all that good stuff, people having fun, and I have a pina colada in my hand. That's what it smells like to me. It's really beautiful, very ladylike, and this is a fragrance that to me is quite casual. I don't find it super like chic and upscale, so you can wear this any time of the day and it just smells so clean. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and saw something new and cool today. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave your comments down below. I'd love to know what you think about this entire list. Let me know your scent of the day and your go-to clean girl fragrance, and don't forget to leave your video requests down below. I am trying to film from Monday to Friday, so all the video requests you can do, please leave them down below to give me some ideas, and I will see you all on the next video. Ciao!